At the beginning of this panel, what can you say to this audience that you have personally learned in terms of the importance of having a financial foundation to what you want to do in life?
Well, the first thing I would say is that the reason that we do this summit is because a lot of times people don't recognize their opportunity. And someone said that the last leg of the civil rights movement was economic empowerment. And one of the things we know is that in our schools, we don't teach financial literacy. And there's some basic rules and ideas that people don't know. That without that knowledge, they can start their life off and get twisted. And after they get twisted with their credit, they live a whole life sometimes, with a bad relationship with the world. So the little simple things like, what is a FICO score? What's the credit score? Why? How does it affect you? It's simple information, but it's not taught. So the purpose of coming around with Chrysler Financial's help and Anheuser-Busch's help is to give people this basic information so they can start on a process. And the best teachers are the people here on the stage sometimes. Sometimes you may not get it from your preacher or your parents or whatever. You might want to get it from somebody who comes out of your struggle. So we have these artists on the stage, and they're your best teachers a lot of times, and we hope you learn today. Thank you.
All right, Douglas. Well, one of the things I want to start off by saying, could y'all acknowledge all of the panelists up here and give them a round of applause for taking the time to come out and show love and share experiences. Now, since we are in ATL, I'd like to start this off with my brother Luda. Oh, his voice is going. Well, Shaka, you can share it with him. Y'all can jump in here. You know how it go. But this is a good question, I feel, to open up the panel. Everybody been asking me a question when I walk in here. One question about success when it comes to money. But I want to reverse it, and I want to ask you, what mistake have you made in regards to money that made you understand how to work with money better to make you successful?
I mean, I think any and everybody on this panel, first and foremost, has found a way to make out of themselves or find a product in themselves or what they do that generates money for themselves. And I think when you're broke, and everybody up here has been broke, when you're broke, you always desire and you wish for money in a certain way in lump sums, or you give yourself a goal. If I can make $1 million, if I can do all of these things, because sometimes they seem unattainable, so you set your goals kind of high. But then when you reach it, you got to realize one thing about money is it comes and it goes. I think also you have to mentally prepare yourself to make money. Like, you can make money and not know exactly what to do with it. Spend that $1 million and be back in the same position that you was before you got that million. So I think a lot of the people on this, what you attribute to the people on this panel, is that they were able to set a goal, achieve a goal, maybe even set higher goals, and then maintain themselves once they set those goals. So, you got a lot of mantras, and I'm pretty sure everybody here will have different things that they will throw out to you. But it's easy to make money. It's hard to keep it, or it's hard to maintain. So, those are some of the things that when we got into the game, and I think some of the mistakes that everybody makes is when you make money, you spend it immediately, not knowing when the next check is coming. It seems like money never ends in this industry. If you don't plan for the slow period when you don't have an album out, or you're not touring, or you're not doing specific things, and your money slows down, it may not stop, but it ain't coming in like it was the first 3-4 months when you were super hot. So you done spent up all that money thinking that your check's gonna keep coming like that for like 5 or 10 years. And it don't really happen like that. And there's a lot of sob stories in this industry that you guys know, the where they at, the people that are on the milk cartons and the XXL and all of that, that done had these types of trials and tribulations. So, those are some of the mistakes that are made.
All right. I want to ask Roberta Shields, Ludacris' mother. They have a wonderful foundation called the Ludacris Foundation. This whole giving back to the community. Roberta, can you share with the audience what you've learned about the importance of the artist taking some of what he makes income, but put it back in the community?
philosophy on giving back is I think that we as a people have always given back. When you give back relative to what you have, as young people, when you put your dollar in for the mission, that's what you could afford to give back. But as your ability to give back increases, I think you have a responsibility to increase your giving back. And as you're a role model, I think it's important to show and demonstrate that in a way in which other people can look at that and take a lead and say, I want to match that person's stride. And I think that I'm extremely proud of my son. And there's an awful lot of people in the hip-hop community who do the same. And, you know, I challenge each of you, whether it's a quarter or 50 cents or $1 or $10,000, give back relative to your ability to give.
Thank you. And I actually want to piggyback off of that answer as well as question and bring it back to Russell, where my mind wasn't really there, but when she said giving back, it's something that me and Russell talk about a lot. And Russell, people see you as being very successful on a lot of levels. Can you tell them the importance of giving back and how that plays a part in getting your money right?
Well, let me say this. All of the success stories around me come because they recognize that they're there for service in the first place. It's not even giving back, it's that you're born into a cycle of giving. You come, you give, and receiving is easy. So receiving is giving inside out. The examples are everywhere. You learn when you're a little bit more fearless that you breathe in the same air as the billionaires right now, or that you're in a climate control room. All of y'all are, but we have the heat on us. It's hot as
Bring them lights
it's
down.
hot up here. These lights is hot, but
bring the lights down.
nobody is. You know, when you have a rich spirit, you're already rich. And so when you have that kind of fearlessness, your giving is a process that puts you on top. You can't come in as an intern and work your ass off and then disappear, because they'll find you and pay you a salary. If you keep giving, then you'll become the president. And when you're the president, you learn that your only job is to serve those people who work with you. The best leader is a servant. So the whole process is only giving. So whether it's money or it's your service, that's your only purpose here on earth. So you got to recognize that, and not wake up in the morning and decide on what you're going to get, but think about what you're going to give in the morning. That's what will make you a successful person.
All right. Thank you, Russell.